Blizzard should be utterly ashamed of themselves. It is disgusting and shouldn't carry the company name. Obviously, Diablo Immortal is coming out today, and there are a lot of people out there who are, I guess you can say, disappointed with the pay-to-win elements of Diablo Immortal. And so let's go ahead and look at Bellular. Bellular has been a content creator for WoW for years. He's talked about this before. And here we go again. Regarding Diablo Immortal monetization, he just straight up says it. It is disgusting and shouldn't carry the company name. Isn't that why it should? I won't go any further, but I mean, you know, like, let's be fucking honest, right? It's another L. Yeah, well, actually, that's not really an argument against, that's an argument for. And so it's a shame the actual developers have done a marvelous job. Well, that's the thing, is that you can always expect pay-to-win games to be good because they have to offset their good gameplay somehow, right? You should probably chill. And I actually, oh my God, thank God. All right, now I want to talk to you guys about, remember what I said before about how it was like a big, what do you call it? It was a big thing where a lot of people have just like slowly been boiled alive. They've been boiled like a frog. And now they're just accepting this kind of bad stuff. And they don't even care anymore. It doesn't matter to them as much as it used to. And I think right now we're seeing that. So let's take a look at it here. Here's Kimberly here. Now, you should probably chill. It's a mobile game. Blizzard is just supposed to be different from literally every other mobile game. They all monetize. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. It's a good game. No need to panic and call it disgusting over money you don't even have to spend. These are the people. Everybody said, oh no, that's not what gonna be. That's not what gonna be. Nope, I not do that. But there it is. See, I told you this shit was real. I told you. It's a mobile game. No, what she's doing is she's making an argument to this is normalcy, right? This is a normalcy argument. This is the, it happens all the time, so it's okay. And you know what? She's not wrong. And that's why all of these other mobile game developers do it, is because as soon as one does it, then they all start doing it. That's the worst part. It's now normal for people. I have been I've realized this was happening about a year ago. And I think that with Lost Ark, I think that's whenever things really kind of went over the edge. And Bellular is going to talk about that in a few minutes. So let's go over and read a few more comments. Oh, this one's about me. Thank God. Almost level 40, I've not felt the need to buy something at all. I'll see if that changes, and if it is, I'm gone. But so far, it's absolutely great. We'll see about that. And I find it hilarious that Asmongold, the same person that spent years complaining about a cash shop mounted WoW, is so openly accepting of microtransactions and practices of Diablo Immortal. He already said that he's going to whale the game. I don't understand it. This is another person who's not happy about this. Deathbird, thank you very much for the 5 good subs. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. He said that he's going to whale the game to expose the huge power gap that's created in the game. He accepted this type of disgusting monetization system will be accepted to games until they're regulated and banned legally. At least that's what he wants. Wow. That's actually a really good summary of what I think. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Absolutely, yeah, that's good. All right, let's see over here. That's the thing that every sane person knows already. Like, holy shit, it's like saying, I will buy this $10 million watch to prove that it's overpriced. No. No, Zappy boy. Let me prove you wrong. And I will prove you wrong with this tweet right here. What's going to happen is Dennis is having fun playing the game right now. He says Diablo Immortal is absolutely great. You see what I'm saying? He really likes the game. And you know what? He doesn't feel the need to buy something at all, which implies that he doesn't know the way the game works. And if he did know the way the game worked ahead of time, by his logic, and if it does require you to buy something, he's gone, he would have not started playing the game in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how this works? That's why people like reviews. That's what makes sense. Dennis is crying now. Dennis is okay. He's fine. He's playing the game. This is what happened. It's a mobile game. All fine here. And again, man, they're just making excuses for it. They don't care if it wasn't free to play. Would it be worthy of $60? I don't know. Can't even play it because I live in the Netherlands. So I guess we have these laws for a reason. Exactly. And let's see some more of these here. And what's the rest of this? Screenshots of being free to play. And it doesn't matter, even if they roll it back a bit, it'll still be ridiculous. I don't know, man. The company name isn't that high regard. The gameplay isn't bad, but having shit thrown in your face every so often about limited time offers after completing something is so predatory. Not to mention, after the fact of doing rifts will cost you beyond 1 day. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I don't understand the it's a mobile game argument. That shouldn't equate it. There we go. Hey, my man, he follows me. All right. That's what it is. Yeah, I went to check. Look at that. All right. Didn't WoW do the same thing? Waited years to implement the WoW token? Yeah, you don't immediately do that. What's this here? Defending a mobile game without playing it for 5 hours to hit the pay-to-win wall? That's what we're going to do. We're going to see what this game is really like, and we're going to decide it for ourselves. And McDonald's shows you a picture of a whole free burger whenever you get a free burger. Only to get the bread and anything else you put in $1 for there. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's plenty of people that do that for cars, too. It's a very common technique. Do you guys not have credit cards? Oh my god. It's banned here in Belgium over gambling laws. Pretty much what kind of trick they're pulling everywhere, honestly. And so then Bellular goes on to say this. It's designed for fools with more money than sense, and to manipulate money out of those who fall for its time is a money loop. Evil bullshit. The actual loop that's is that of a knockoff NetEase ARPG. Well, I wonder why. And which is hardly a surprise since it's co-development. Yeah, okay, there we go. And so he's just completely going in on it. Let me see what he says after this. So then, this is what accepting Lost Ark pay-to-win gets us. This shit is normalized by gamers, and especially streamers for whom whaling is an ROI positive. And so, that's what I was like, true. Because you know he's talking about me. Right, he's 100% talking about me. It's got, fuck you, McConnell. It's 100% about me. You know it, I know it, everybody fucking knows it. And so I'm excited to see what this is gonna be, right? Just to release the Diablo video. I'll look at it in a few minutes, okay? Yet people defend Asmongold doing it by calling it satire, when he's clearly does it because he wants to progress, and this broadcast is tens of thousands of people, wherein people follow suit, this nonsense continues. You put out 200 videos, clip positive Lost Ark because it's good for your algorithm a couple months ago. Well, of course he would do that because he didn't understand the game as much and the game seemed promising, and I think that it's become less pay to win over time. I actually would make the argument that Lost Ark is less pay to win now than it was before, and I think that will continue to become the case because Legion raids are so punishing and so hard that you cannot spend more money to gain an advantage in them. That's just the truth. With Argus, you could easily spend more money and be able to skip phases and not have to deal with the mechanics. Vaulton, you cannot outgear gravity. That's the facts. You cannot fucking outgear gravity. And that is a good thing. I think it's a really, really good thing. And that's why the prices on a lot of honing materials have gone down too. Yeah, that's all there is to it. That's what's this here? Hard gameplay doesn't mean pay to win. Oh, it's not pay to win? So like whenever you spend money on a game, I think that one element and one factor of this is how much that money converts into an added success chance for the game. And I don't think Vaulton is a numerically hard fight. Like, he doesn't really do a lot of damage. A lot of his abilities are very easy to avoid. There are very few times where you have to take damage on Vaulton. So the only times that you take damage are whenever you make a mistake. So if you play better, you are going to have no problem killing him at 1445 if you're doing hard mode. You will have literally no issue at all. It's a low IQ check. No, I'm talking about everybody because I was raid leading the fight, so I know what happened. And this is, I think that's a good thing. Yeah, a lot of the things that if you get killed by something in Vaulton, it is like 99% of the time your fault. Just ignore boss and kill boss dude. Yeah, true. And they just made Infinite Chaos rewards roster bound. Mats are about to skyrocket. Yeah, I saw that. I'm kind of worried about that because I don't want to have to spend a lot more money. And I think that could be a better idea as long as they offset it in another way by adding the materials in differently and making it roster bound. Apparently until like a year ago, Raid and Dungeon in chess, you used to have to play blue crystals like what Immortal is doing now. Why am I not surprised? And so, yeah, I guess that actually kind of makes sense. So there are people that are upset about me doing this, but I do think that I'm doing the right thing. I do think so, and I think that if I don't do it, nobody else will do it. Because I think that I am the only person that I can trust to give it a fair shake. Yeah, I will show people what it's really like, and I think that's the best way to do it. Doesn't excuse the sheer amount of money the game lets you put in, even if it's pay to win. It doesn't help you out in Legion raids. That's true, but I would argue that it is less pay to win than it was. Less does not mean not. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yes, I'm the arbiter. Well, somebody has to do it. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and watch this. Holy shit. Bro, we put this shit out yesterday. It's got 400,000 views. Oh my god. Let's actually watch Bellular's video about the topic, okay? I think that's the best idea. Pay to win games make me suicidal. Asmongold saves my life whenever he talks about this shit. I'm telling you guys. Like, remember what I said. I told you guys, I was like, listen, people are going to continue being okay with it and not caring about it, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You have to make rules against it. Please, all I'm asking for you guys is to listen with this, because I'm not wrong, and I know this is what's going to happen. I know it, and if people don't listen to me, it's just going to get worse. Yeah, I'm proving a point. Yes, I have to do it. You're going to become a raid boss? I hope so. I mean, it's going to be a lot of money to do that, though. That's the thing. Okay, here we go. Let's watch it.
Including the face detection libraries in Diablo Immortal, because it's an NetEase game.
Marlon been seeing this. I loved it.
So this is a real thing.
It was, I think it was Marlon who saw this. Is like, what are these? These are facial detector libraries. What are they doing in a mobile game?
Yeah,
and everyone's like,
old clip.
"Oh, you sweet summer child."
No, it's from yesterday.
These are here for a very interesting reason that you probably shouldn't look into.
Yeah, this is not going to be popular with Western gamers, that's for sure.
Well, that's the thing. It's not going to be a problem
Apparently
for
it
Western
is.
gamers, but the libraries will be in there.
Yeah,
the
people
fact
don't
that
care.
They're there just is
Like, whether they're used or not.
I think in no way will. I really don't think any of these libraries will be used in the West.
They won't. They won't.
It's just not going to be a thing. It is there for compliance reasons.
Yeah.
In China.
Yeah, NetEase don't want to do this if they don't have to.
Yeah.
But Chinese government tells them to.
Well, so before we get into that, I guess the basics are 2nd of June is when Immortal comes out, including
there
on
it is.
PC.
That's today.
Wyatt Cheng recently did
Don't you guys have phones?
interview. He said, "I do believe it's going to change a lot of people's minds on what they think of as a mobile game." That was one.
All right, that's what he says. That's what he says. All right, okay.
One of our goals since the beginning. Let's elevate the standards for what people expect from a mobile game. Just
We got
because
the
it's on a
latest
small
video.
device
I'll
screen
look at it
doesn't
after
mean
this.
it's a small project. The team and effort and resources are just as large for Immortal as they've been for Diablo 3 and 4.
Yeah.
That sucks to hear, really. I mean, it sucks to hear that, like, a pay-to-win game is getting the same level of attention from Blizzard that Diablo 4 is. Yeah, that's sad. That's actually, that's depressing. Straight up fucking sad.
That's a thing.
Chunky.
That's the thing where I think that if they'd said this before Genshin launched, people would have called them fucking stupid. Like, what do you mean?
So this
mobile
guy
game
agrees
through
with me.
AAA?
The Genshin
Go
was the
fuck yourself.
fucking turning point.
It's a mobile game,
Yeah.
you dumbass. But then I was like, wait, actually, shit.
Oh yeah, Genshin.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Genshin's bigger and better than a lot of AAA open world games, and it's on fuck. Okay.
Well, it's not only is it on mobile, but it has it's cross-platform, I think, and most importantly, it's pay-to-win. It's a pay-to-win game.
We might have to take it seriously, Wyatt.
Rich spending 20K. He spent way
Yeah,
more than that.
Genshin you can play on your other devices, right? So
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Genshin's definitely, as Jeff was saying, is an exception so far. But everything that's like the first past the post is going to be an exception.
Yep.
But then you see, Miho, you're working on other games. It'll be the same formula. Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Oh, there's another game. Fuck, what was it? Basically, there's a bunch of mobile games that feel better than AAA in a bunch of ways. Or feel as good as, rather, in terms of quality overall. Genshin's just the flag post one.
yeah, so
Yeah, the game
it's
feel
going
matters a
to
lot.
Seemingly be a massive game for free, but obviously asterisks to that. Now let's talk about these face detector and tracking libraries. So, what in the communist China is going on with Diablo Immortal's highlighted binaries? Why does the game need computer vision / facial detection libraries? Is this something NetEase utilizes in other games? this is a bit yikes, or am I overreacting a little?
Oh my god.
And I would say not an overreaction. Certainly raises eyebrows if you've not seen it before. And just for some of the proof here,
holy shit! Look at that.
Facialanalyzer.dll, landmarktracker.dll, and
look at that
as well.
Open computer vision stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Wow.
So why are these things? Well, number one, the worry is, of course, privacy.
Yeah.
Just Marlemin saying.
Yeah, of course. People don't want to have to deal with that.
Here. Not only should this be disabled on the non-Chinese client, but these libraries should just be entirely removed. I made a joke about running Immortal exclusively in Windows Sandbox a while back. Don't make that a reality.
Yep.
Now, you still might be...
See, here's what the problem is like, for every Martin, look how many people responded to Martin's tweet. It got 20 likes and 2 replies. Nobody really gives a fuck about this. Because people, this is the thing, people will resist for like a temporary period of time, and then they'll go back and they'll be like, you know what, it's not that bad, I'm going to let it happen anyway. You know, it's okay.
Wondering, why are these there? Well, number one, he's right, they should not be in the global release.
No, they should not.
So stupid. It opens them up to so much criticism they don't need to deal with.
It's unnecessary.
The reason why it's there is because of the draconian rules around...
A Diablo dev replied to Martin's tweet saying it got scrapped. Is that true? Yeah, is that actually true? That happened?
Participation in video games that exist in China.
Yep.
So
yeah, okay, good.
There are age and time restrictions that basically the government really started to heavily clamp down on, to the point of requiring facial authentication.
Yeah. Yep. The government of China actually has like 1984
basically
shit like
use
that.
your government Face ID to play your game.
Yeah,
yep.
So if you just do a little... if
China gets some fucking
facial
1984 shit.
NetEase,
uh-oh.
The first thing you get is NetEase Games Explorers, and this is literally from... This is from tomorrow, because it's the 20th of May in Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But this is from tomorrow. NetEase Games explores face recognition functions to build a line of defense for underage network protection. As the scale of underage internet users continues to grow, the issue of network security has once become the focus of attention from all walks of life. As one of the earliest domestic manufacturers to implement
that's
an
interesting.
anti-addiction system.
Okay.
That sounds good. Anti-addiction system. Fantastic. NetEase Games has always attached great importance to the protection of underage
libraries are
cybersecurity.
still there. Okay.
Recently, they've actively explored the facial recognition verification function based on
to make sure kids aren't on the phone,
and connected it to the juvenile protection system. Which means this is intended to, for all of those people in China playing Diablo Immortal, this is, whenever they turn that on, is intended to look at your face and go,
are you a kid or
your face
not?
belongs to the ID of someone who's 15. You're not allowed to play at this time of day. Goodbye.
Yeah.
That is nuts, bro. Holy shit, that's nuts. That's creepy? Yeah. Here's the dev response. If you link it to my mods, they can link it in chat. That's nuts. That's China? Yeah.
So basically it's compliance in China. That's the situation.
That's nuts.
It does mean
what makes sense though.
I'm not going to be overtly used in the West or anything like
No.
that.
Yeah.
But I think they really need to remove that shit from the non-Chinese client ASAP. I suppose it's probably the case.
It's a matter of
Doesn't
trust,
have
I
a
think.
China-specific client.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it does, because maybe there's other things they need to change. I know, like,
You'd hope so, right?
they're not super into, like, bones and skeletons over there, like as seen in World of Warcraft. And
That's
this
a
is
good
Diablo
point,
game, so
Yeah.
surely then there would be a Chinese
There would be a separate
version
client.
of the game.
That
in
actually
which
makes
case,
sense
why are these
logically,
in the
yeah.
global release. I don't know.
Because they
but-
because NetEase sent over the final build and Blizzard went, yeah, okay, there you go. Sweet.
Yeah, probably.
I got it. Thanks to Tilly.
Now, another thing here. Lots of servers. There's all the servers. It's a lot of fucking...
So Adam, who's like one of the devs on Diablo, responded to this guy. He was the one, Martin, who brought up this topic, and he said this. This was a few days ago. He said, so I went to check on this. We were once working on a feature allowed your character to mimic your facial motions and expressions, but we depreciated that as soon as we thought the feature did not meet our quality standards. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, they should probably take it out. Like, yeah. I mean, then they just take it out, and that way, like, people will trust you. The thing is, like, what?
They said,
Say what?
right? That's not what they said. he said it didn't meet their quality standards, right?
Yeah.
It's not that the whole fucking thing is weird and creepy and it fucking violates some serious privacy things or trust issues. No, it just didn't meet the quality standard that they were aiming for. Like,
yeah, it was
the
only
wording on that is
1983,
very fucking
not
weird.
1984.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
I don't think so. I think that Adam he's not a PR guy. He's not like this. Like I don't think that you can read into what he's saying as much, right? This is a guy who's a developer for well, I guess he is a community lead, so like that's kind of, you know, I thought he was a developer. I know he's community lead, so that is a little bit different. But like, in my opinion, I think it's a cool idea to have the character be able to mimic your facial expressions and stuff like that. That's a cool idea. The problem is not that it exists. The problem is that it exists without the option to turn it off. You see what I'm saying? So like, some people could like that idea. For example, I know there's people that there are a lot of games where you can submit a picture of yourself and then it tries to make the character look like the picture of you. So yeah, I think that's what people didn't like. But I don't know if we can really like dissect this and say like, oh, that's actually what they meant. Because I don't think that this is a fundamentally malicious thing.
What?
I don't think that it's fundamentally malicious to have a feature in the game that allows the character to mimic your facial expressions. I don't think that's fundamentally malicious. It's not. It can be used maliciously, of course it can, but it is not fundamentally malicious. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, like, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Like, sure, but like, wait a second. CCP. Oh my God! You don't know the true intent? Neither do you. Neither do you. Listen, I think that you can make an argument that we don't want it in the game. It's not something that players are comfortable with, and it's bad. But I think that not wanting it in the game is different than saying that, like, it sucks and you were actually trying to do it for some other reason. You're right. It's two separate usages of it. Yeah, it's two completely separate usages. It's nuts, man. Facial ID isn't the same as facial mimic. I have no idea. There's another answer from Adam. John Zena would like to have a talk with you. Okay, sure. All right, guys. That facial data would 10,000% be sold for cash. That's the main reason behind the feature. I find that to be a very large stretch in logic. I do. I'm going to be honest, guys. I think that's a very, very large stretch in logic.
That's a lot of servers. I'm so fucking tired of servers in my games.
Yeah.
I hate having to make a decision which server to go on.
Thank you.
Makes sense in World of Warcraft for like economy stuff and like small scale MMOs and all that for like community stuff. But I'm so used to playing games. There's like, no, I log in and I play the game, and I get matched with people who play the game, and I play with my friends no matter what happens. And the restrictions of servers feel so old fashioned, but it's because everyone just has, you know, fake servers. It's all virtual.
Yeah, I mean, I wish there were no servers as well. I think servers are not useful. I find how people overreact when the game's using your camera in the app, but they have smartphones with face scanners built in, which do pictures every few seconds. Well, yeah, I just find this to be, a overly paranoid, illogical conclusion. I do. I find it to be overly paranoid and illogical. It's not that I'm not saying that it's not true. Of course it could be true. I'm saying there's not any evidence for it to be true. Read your phone TOS? Okay, then it's with the phone. Agreed, it's very conspiratorial. I think that this is kind of like what happens, right? Is that people don't like China, and they think that China doing something is like fundamentally bad, so they will always try to derive some form of like evil out of it, even if something can just be objectively it can just not be a big deal, right? And that's literally it. And so yeah, long live our glorious supreme leader Asmongold. Okay, guys. Oh my God, that's not even about that. Oh my God.
I think facial recognition, that kind of technology is a good example, in my opinion, of just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Do you think people should have the right to do it if they want to?
Fuck no.
So you think the government should make it illegal to have any facial recognition software?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I think that's a fair point to have. That's a fair perspective to have. And like you're right. I think that there are a lot of people that the truth is that they feel like if you open the door, somebody else will eventually come through that door who is going to use it in a malicious way. And to be fair, I think you can make a strong argument that every single other thing like that has happened in the past. And sure, I will accept that. Okay, that's fine. But I still don't think that that means that every person that develops something that has or uses facial recognition software is using it for a malicious means. I think there are probably some people that use it just because they think it's cool. They want it to make the game better. And I'm not going to say that every person that uses it, every company that implements it into a game is actually malicious. I find that to be unreasonable, although I can respect and I can probably agree. I have to think about it a lot, right? But I could probably agree that facial recognition software is not a consumer-friendly practice. Does that make sense? Yeah, without telling you about it? Well, I think that they have to. I'm not sure if it does or not. Just because it can be used for nefarious means, does that mean it should not be allowed? Yes, but if something can be used for nefarious means in a way that makes people uncomfortable, then people have the right to, petition to have it be disallowed. Are you sponsored? No.
Servers?
Oh, by the way, I'm not sponsored. I haven't taken any money from Blizzard. I think I've talked to like a couple of the guys on the Diablo team. Every relationship and every interaction I've had with the Diablo team with Blizzard has been overwhelmingly positive and really good. And so I have nothing bad to say about them. But I do, I want to go at the game. Like, do you really think that I would be watching a video like this about Diablo Immortal if I was being sponsored? They'd be so upset. You just watched a video about how the government uses video games for their schemes, dude. You're referencing a CIA document that was never implemented. Yeah, you're referencing that, and also, like, here's what I find to be illogical, is that if the government is going to compel and use these companies to use these facial recognition softwares, how do you know they're not doing it already? Because I would argue that if they're doing it in such a cynical way, it would already be happening.
With a whole
yeah,
bunch
they
of hardware
are.
connected.
So then who cares about
So I don't
Diablo
know if
Immortal?
This is like specifically anything interesting to
Okay, so then who cares
like
about
any
Diablo
functionality? Because I don't
Then
know
we're
what the
right back where we're
functionalities
at.
are. I don't think they've talked about what specific server functionality is. I know they have like the world level stuff, but I don't know if that's based on server whatnot.
Yeah.
But if there's no like cross server functionality or moving servers, then I'd be very concerned.
China got
about
to you, bro.
making the right choice, which seems bad to new users, but that was just me immediately being like, I'm old and I'm angry at this.
I think perhaps one thing we can take away, though,
Yeah.
probably expecting a lot.
It's up. Yeah, I'll play it in a bit.
Over 30 million registrations.
Yeah, they're right. Too.
That's
Yeah, I'll play it in a bit. Don't worry about it.
This shit's gonna double their MAUs. Over double their MAUs. It's gonna,
straight up.
It's gonna triple it probably.
It's going to be wild.
And you know what happens whenever they triple their monthly active users? Is we get a WoW mobile game, and then we have a StarCraft mobile game, and then we're going to have more mobile games, because as soon as they start making money off of one of them, then they'll start making money off of all of them. And what's this here? Snowden proved the government was doing illegal stuff. Doesn't mean you should normalize it. I think a lot of people are putting words in my mouth, and like, I think people are very emotional about this topic. And so because they're emotional about it, they're not thinking about it clearly. Yeah, because I'm not saying that. I never said that. Yeah, they're not listening to what I'm saying. They're just repeating some like NPC dialogue.
I think.
It's gonna be insane.
Now for the release times.